going on, family? We're back with another video. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. Go on and click that subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on that bell so that you be aware of all the new videos coming out. And don't forget to share this video with others. Alright guys, as you can tell by the title of the video, we had to do this. We had to do this. We had to do this. So, because of the new tires, the wheels and tires, and the lowering of the suspension, the tires are a little bit wider than what was on there before. A lot wider, actually. The original tires sat at about 9 inches across. The new tires sat at about 10.5 inches. And with the offset, it slid the tires out a little further. So we got just a tiny bit of poke, which allowed them to just gradually, just touch the fender a little bit. Not too bad, so it wasn't gonna cause too many problems. But here, what I'm working with is very, very subpar tool, people, and very frustrating. So let's talk about this. Pook. This thing kept falling apart in the middle of what I was trying to do, multiple times in multiple different places. You'll see as we go through this process. That was just one time. So I'm going to get the tool. I noticed that this piece, as you can see in the very middle of the screen, is missing a coddle pin to keep it in place. So as I'm working on aligning and getting this thing in place, that little pin would keep sliding back and forth and sliding out and this, that, and the other, which was a nightmare for the most part. So I kept having to take the entire thing off and put it back, fix what I need to fix, put it back on, and then go about my business. Not fun. As we get to some of those challenging points, I'll share with you guys where we landed. But let's talk about some of the tools of the trade for rolling fenders. You'll need a fender roller, first of all, most importantly. A good one, preferably. Right, as you can see, what's on the wheel, the lugs, nuts now, those are little spacers just to keep it from rubbing on the caliper covers. You need a heat gun so that we can heat the fender or the metal so that it is malleable, and also so that the paint doesn't crack. The paint becomes a little bit more flexible. You're also going to need some of the lug bolts to hold it in place. But as I was going through this process, you've seen already, I had to go back and get a tie to put over on that pin to hold it in place. Sometimes you just got to use what you got to get what you want, guys. It is what it is. So, as we went through this process, I found myself struggling in several different places. Not because it was a hard process to do, because I was dealing with poor tooling. And having to take these lugs off, this thing on and off multiple times, just to get the right adjustments on the tool itself. So if there's anything that I recommend, if anyone's interested in trying this, I highly recommend. Make sure you get good tools. All right. So after you heat up, you align this thing in the proper manner. That little wheel at the front, at the top, it has to be at particular angles as you're going through the process. And when you're doing it, when you're going back and forth, that another screw came off. You have to tighten that thing, tighten up the wheel so that it presses against the fender. I paused for a minute, guys, because I was absolutely done. I couldn't believe that this thing kept falling apart. Every time I'm adjusted, as you can see, it's just rolling free. And I apologize for the poor camera angle. I thought I was in a good place when I set it on the tripod. I was so frustrated with the tool that I didn't even think about going back to check on the camera to make sure that it was doing what it was supposed to do. It was just such a struggle, guys. I'll show you which one I got at the end so that you know what not to get and what to get. So here we are again. I had, replacing a bolt. This thing came out again. I got to go back and screw another bolt in. Not fun at all. to keep it in. It was just, this was over and over and over again. Not fun, not fun. And I hate to be on here just complaining about this thing. But honestly, it was just a pain in the butt. Eventually, I got into a decent little rhythm where I was able to get a lot more done and be able to focus on what I was doing so that it minimized, at least I was working with the problem or through the problem. So what we do here, we heat up the metal, we crank for pressure as we're rotating back and forth, and you can see how it folds in and presses flat. We constantly adjust, and there's a lot of adjusting. I don't know if this is the greatest video for this because of the camera angle, and I apologize, but there are other videos that kind of discuss and go into what angles that you want to use. And so when I'm heating this thing up, I'm heating it until it's just warm to the touch for the most part, right? As you can see, I got one hand doesn't have a glove on because I want to be able to feel the metal. I didn't want it to be too hot where the metal starts to blister, the paint starts to blister, but just, you know, look, came out again. Man, when I tell you this thing just was giving me the blues, it was driving me nuts. But I'll let you guys watch for a bit and see what I was going through. For a moment, I was finding my rhythm and getting through it, and it was working. You know, I was working through the problem. I'm not going to say that the tool was working great. I was adjusting so that I could make the tool work for me, and we were getting a good rhythm. And it was, you know, I was at the cusp of getting in a better place so that you can see better video, because I was frustrated and wasn't paying attention. This happened. And I didn't even notice it. The dongle that was holding the camera powered down and fell over. After several minutes of video that I missed and actually working out the Fender and getting it where I want to, this is the finished product. And I'm trying to find a really good angle so you guys can see the roll. As you can see right here, it's flatter again at the top and it comes out wider at the bottom. Kind of hard to see, but you know, I'm trying to give you guys a good angle. But it worked out. It turned out fine in the end, right? That's all I was trying to do, is get to that. I did one side. That side came out great. When I went to the other side and started rolling, I got midway through the process, and that crank seized. That roller died. That thing sucked. Guys, for the most part, this is the roller that I got. Do not recommend this roller. I got it because it came quick and giggity. But I wanted something that would come quick, giggity. This is the review I wrote on that horrible thing. I end up getting this one, and literally this thing worked great. When I say it allowed me to get through the process super fast, super quick, and I didn't do a video, apologies. Thank you guys for coming through. Appreciate you guys for watching the video all the way through the end. Please share this video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them at the bottom. Guys, don't forget you're made for greatness. But don't be average. Peace.